Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel, I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to role-playing. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Saracen0, and this week we have a recap of the dungeon recently completed by AzureWolf, BlindOracle, Fear No Equal, and LongFish. First, I'll replay the 6 encounters that made up the Null-occupied outpost, and then we'll talk about the encounters that we thought deserved more commentary. If you recently watched those encounters, I'll put a timestamp for the start of the discussion in the description below. All of our heroes made it home after this one, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. The theme for this dungeon is gnolls. There's a pack of gnolls that have taken up an occupation in a keep on a pass in the mountains. So you guys are up high in the mountains. A bunch of gnolls have come here and attacked the denizens that previously lived here. This dungeon, you're going to wind up fighting a whole bunch of gnoll and gnoll-related creatures. The first encounter coming up against is an outdoor encounter, so make of that what you will. We have 3 giant hyenas, 5 regular-sized hyenas, and a gnoll pack lord. Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand. Starting with AzureWolf.
I have a total of 31 hit points. Current items in hand is a free hand and my focus.
Fear No Equal.
36 hit points, and currently carrying a maul.
LongFish.
35 hit points, currently carrying a Warhammer and Shield.
BlindOracle.
Currently with 27 hit points and holding the short bow.
Do you have anything cast on yourself?
I have mage armor prepped and my find familiar is out.
I'm gonna throw 8.
8 targets 3 people. Who are they?
Fighter, rogue, and the wizard.
Remind me which one 8 is again?
5 current hit points, 5 max hit points for the next 8 hours. Monster abilities. Gnoll Pack Lord. When the gnolls knock somebody down to 0 hit points, then they can make bonus actions to move and fight more. Otherwise, they have multi-attack, bites, glaives, long bows. We also have a couple of hyenas, giant or otherwise. They have pack tactics, so they have advantage against creatures if there's other hyena allies nearby, so that's going to help them. Giant hyenas have the rampage like the Gnoll Lord does. They're going to be looking to knock you guys down to 0 hit points. You're probably not going to want to be knocked down to 0 hit points, but here we are. Terrain and effects. Let's take a look at the terrain layer. Mostly it's just impassable terrain and difficult terrain.
Do the boxes provide cover that a halfling could hide behind?
Absolutely. There's also some walls along here. You can climb those because there's no roof to any of this. So you can climb the walls here if you wanted to, or you can just go up the stairs. The crenellations provide 3/4 cover, so +5 AC if you're shooting something on the far side of them. There are solid walls though, like this is a solid wall, so you can't shoot through that. But otherwise that's the terrain layer. Tactics. What are you guys thinking for this fight?
Don't die.
Yeah, really?
This is one of those rare instances when it's better to heal somebody before they go down.
Okay.
Because it sounds like if somebody does go down, they all get a boost. But also, there's a lot of attack approaches here, so I don't know that we're necessarily going to be able to keep the squishies covered unless we just stay right where we are.
The hyenas can't jump off the wall onto us, right?
They could, although you can't occupy the space of somebody else. They could potentially jump behind you or in front of you, but they can't jump into your square.
Okay.
I've got web as an option too to kind of maybe slow some of them down.
That feels risky, but like our option is pretty much just hole up right where we are, or else try and control their access.
Yeah, well, I can cast it at range. It's not a touch spell.
So it feels risky to like rely on it. If we web the 2 stairs and then try and clear out the hyenas on the opposite west side, how are those giant hyenas, which are large, going to handle the stairs?
They would have to squeeze.
Okay, so basically difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain, disadvantage while they're in it, advantage to hit them while they're in it.
Gotcha.
Any other thoughts before we roll up initiative?
We are not going to be able to protect the squishies, so
We have that wind fan too, so we can maybe push them back if we really need to.
I think we just kind of have to go for this one. I think it's going to wind up being a melee.
Yeah.
A thought before we dive off on that train. If I'm reading this map correctly, there is less stuff on the left-hand side of the map. If we're going to rush anything to take a position, I vote we go left.
If we can web the 2 stairways and then we all go left and try and take down those 3 hyenas, the big one and the 2 regulars, and then hold that side and maybe hold those stairs while they all come at us.
I think that's our best bet.
You can use web as a terrain thing versus trying to hit the targets.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Alright, let's go ahead and roll initiative then. Who has higher than a 20? Who's got between a 20 and a 15?
Rogue is an 18.
Owl has 17.
16 for the gnolls. Who's got between a 15 and a 10?
10 for the wizard.
Who's got between a 10 and a 5? Who's got between a 5 and a 0?
Fighter has a 4.
Clerk has a 1.
Speedy bunch we are.
Ooh, yeah.
Speedy Bunch. BlindOracle, you're up first. What do you got?
How tall is the wall on my side, next to me?
Say 10 feet up to the top.
I would like to move the rogue up the wall behind the box there and then take the hide action. Does that count as having advantage is my other question because I'm moving while I do this.
Yeah, I think that's what that item does, right?
Yeah, that's a 12.
That is not going to beat their passive perception. You got an action, you want to take it?
Yeah, I want to scamper back down.
Are you going to take a shot first?
No, because if I take the shot up there, I get stuck.
You got those short little legs, right?
Moving on to the owl.
Move them over to the left there. Keep them high out of range of the target for the moment until we can get into a better position.
Cool. Hyenas. So I can move 50 feet of movement, so we're going to send the hyenas to there, attack the fighter. 21 to hit you.
That'll hit.
Take 1 point of piercing damage.
Not much, but it'll hit.
We're going to go for the fighter again. A natural 1 is going to miss. This hyena is going to go behind you. He jumped down here. He's going to take 1 point of falling damage. We're going to try to bite the rogue. 7 to hit you.
That will miss.
The Gnoll Pack Lord. He's got a longbow. Make 2 shots at the fighter's going to get half cover. First shot is a crit, so that's nice.
No, it ain't. It is not because I am wearing adamantine plate, which makes me immune to critical hits.
First shot is a 20. That'll still hit you. Take 4 points of piercing damage. Second longbow shot, same target. 15 to hit you.
That will miss.
The large guys that are going to try to get into position. We need to find a way to claw you out of there. So hopefully you guys are going to run from the big one. And then we'll put some people in position to do something about that. They can dash because they're not doing anything else. That's all of my stuff. AzureWolf.
Okay. Try to push if we want with the wind or go on the offensive.
I think we have to go on the offensive. We've got attacks of opportunity behind us and a lot of enemies in front of us. Let's start chopping the action economy.
Let's put a flaming spear right behind those 2 hyenas.
And what is the size of a flaming spear?
A 5-foot diameter spear.
So you're going to summon it as an action, and it's going to wind up going there. Good, cool. What else?
Let's ram that one.
DC?
It is a DC 14.
Roll with the damage.
That's 6 points.
6 points of damage is lethal to that hyena. After that, we are going to go to the Fair No Equal.
Yeah, I think we're going to bunker down here. I'm going to swing at this hyena in front of me. That is a 19 to hit
19 hits.
for 12 damage.
12 points of damage, lethal to a hyena. What else you got?
I don't want a bonus action, so I'm just going to stay right here.
LongFish.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I'll cast it next to the big hyena behind us. 16 to hit
16 will connect with a giant hyena.
for a total of 6 damage. For main action, a Sacred Flame, the same target.
He's going to get a 15. Does that save?
Pass. Yep. Alright, that's me.
After the LongFish puts us to the top of the order of the BlindOracle.
We're going to drop the bow, pull out the short sword, and then take a swing at the giant hyena behind us. 24.
24 connects.
I have an ally standing in melee, so I do get my 2 sneak dice. 14.
Cool. What else?
Do I want to provoke the attack of opportunity to dash up the wall?
You have a bonus action to disengage, right?
Yeah, I could disengage.
The question is, disengage to avoid the opportunity attack, or hide to avoid any future attacks?
That's the calculus right now. I think the calculus is to hide to try and avoid future attacks at the moment. I don't know where I hide, though, is the problem.
Probably right there.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Go ahead and take the attack of opportunity as I move out.
He's going to get a 14 to hit you.
That will miss. So moving, so with advantage, the first roll is a 2, second roll is a much better 21 to hide.
Cool. Al.
Alright, let's pick this hyena at the bottom of the stairs to aggravate for the fighter.
Fly back.
Yep.
Owls, as ever, do not take attacks of opportunity when they leave. Alright, I get my hyena's turn. Well, let's do the obvious. We're going to maul this wizard in the back. I'm going to get a 22 to hit you.
Yeah, even with shield, that's gonna work.
Take 10 points of piercing damage as he bites you. I think you're concentrating, so make a concentration save.
It's an 18.
That'll pass. And he's good. He doesn't feel the need to move anywhere else. These hyenas, I want to get them into those spaces. I don't see a way to do it. You guys have an effective front line, and I can't survive the drop. We're going to maul the fighter.
You're going to try.
10 to hit you. You guys have really good positioning here. And now I've blocked myself off from the cover. I'll just take the oppies. And he's going to back up to here, so that provokes 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, roll him up.
Swing for a 14.
Same here.
14 will connect.
for 9.
3.
How tall is the giant hyena?
They're large.
Would you say they are 10 feet tall?
Oh, you're going to take it?
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely going to take it now that I think about it.
Okay, go ahead and take that attack of opportunity.
With advantage and sneak.
How many times can you get sneak attack? Once per turn. You are good to go.
18?
18 will connect.
16.
16 points of damage. Well, that was a little bit more than I wanted to take. I think it is still going to be worth it for the amount of damage I can pump into you now. You are no longer hidden, so we're going to go to there and attack you. And he's going to get a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
You dice are killer today, man.
Take 5 points of piercing damage as he bites you. He's going to get advantage now because there's an ally nearby. He's going to crit and do 4 points of piercing damage. This guy's going to go attack the fighter. He's going to get a 13 to hit the fighter. This guy's going to go 12 to hit the fighter. And then the Null Pack Lord is going to make his first shot. You're going to have 21 AC after the crenellations, so we'll just go after the fighter. 16 to hit you, 14 after the reduction, that's a miss. Second shot, 17 to hit you, 15 after the reduction. I believe that is all of my Nulls. AzureWolf.
We gotta get rid of one of these big guys. The one on the left has damage on him, so let's ram the spear into him.
You got it. I get a 11 to save.
Fails, so he's gonna take 6 points of fire damage. And then I've got this guy behind me, right? So I'm still shooting at the one straight ahead because I'm trying to get rid of him. Ooh, that is a 17.
17 with disadvantage, that'll hit.
Dropped a 20, by the way. 5.
5 points of damage. Okay. Is there any movement for you?
I really don't want to give this thing an offie to hit me, but if he hits me again, yeah, I'll stay here.
After the AzureWolf is the Fear No Equal.
I'm going to step north 1 space and take a swing at that hyena. I want to get that off of our backs. That's going to be a 14 again.
Hits.
This time for 13 damage.
Got it. Anything else?
Since he's still standing, I'm going to action surge and hit him again. And that is not quite a crit. Hit with a 22. So that'll be 11 points of damage.
That is exactly what you need. And he drops.
Thank you.
And then I will pop forward to keep that front line.
Hold the wall.
A LongFish and his loyal Warhammer.
Bonus action, move the Warhammer down 1 space to hit the hyena. 25 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. That will definitely kill a hyena.
Going to cast first level guiding bolt into the wounded hyena. Crit.
1 basket of D6s later,
28 points of damage.
and it is dead.
And that's me.
No movement?
No.
Top of the order, BlindOracle.
Let's go ahead and stab the hyena in front of me with the short sword. 18 to hit
Yep.
for 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, that's lethal.
Let's move back over the wall behind the fighter. Pick up my short bow. Bonus action to hide. 24.
After the BlindOracle is the owl.
Yeah, I'm gonna aggravate the other big guy because he's good for the fighter.
And then where do you want to go after that?
Let's just put him up in the air towards the stairs here to the northeast.
Like so?
It's northwest, but yes, that works.
You gave me better instructions. Like so?
Yes, that works.
Now it's my turn. Okay, what I should have been doing from the start is shooting owls. I don't know why I wasn't. Let me shoot my Null Pack Lord at the owl. I'm going to get a 13 to hit the owl,
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
and he's going to take 7 points of piercing damage.
Woohoo! Bye bye, owl.
Alright, returning to target the fighter. Alright, we got a 19, minus 2 for the cover. Is a 17 to hit you? Is that going to make it?
Just enough.
Just enough. Well, that's all I need is just enough. 9 points of piercing.
Ow.
Have him charge in there and attack the fighter for 15 to hit you, and then step away, provoking from both.
Yep.
I'll hold.
It's a 14 for 14 damage.
14 damage is lethal. And try to maul the fighter. Crit. Here we go. Here we go. Now it's my time for the sock full of dice.
You remember that I'm immune to crits, right?
Don't worry, folks. We'll edit that out in post.
I was like, this already happened today.
Or we won't.
There were gears grinding through my head going, no, wait, there was something. 12 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Yeah, he's good at biting people, even if they're not crits. Okay, I don't think I need to provoke an attack of opportunity because there's no one else to move in here. So it's going to go on to the AzureWolf.
Bonus action, ram that thing.
I'm going to get a 15.
So you're gonna take half of 8.
Half of 8 turns to 4.
And then firebolt. That is a 22.
22 hits.
That's a 9.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
After the AzureWolf Fear.
We're just going to take our swing at this because we can't get him out of the way.
And you have advantage from the owl.
Excellent. That's going to be a 21 to hit for only 9 damage.
Anything else? You're not going to heal?
I'll be alright.
Famous last words.
No, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, I am.
You're right. I was like, oh no, I'll use it. Oh wait, in between the fights? No, that's dumb. That is 11 healing.
LongFish, what do you got?
Move the hammer over to the big hyena. 24 to hit
24 hits.
for 6 points of damage. And I'm going to hit it with my actual hammer. 15 to hit
15 hits.
for 9 points of damage total. That's me.
BlindOracle.
A clarification before I begin my turn. The knoll is standing on top of a box, correct?
Yes. It still has cover from the crenellations.
Gotcha. Okay, that answers that question. We are hidden. We will pop out and shoot the big hyena in front. Does a 15 hit
It does.
for 18 points of damage.
18 points is going to be lethal. Alright, you got some movement if you want it. You also have a bonus action or two.
Yeah. Movement, we're going to go through the cleric square, up the wall, into the corner. Bonus action hide.
Roll it up.
14.
14 sounds good. And after that, we're going to go to my turn. I don't think you're going to get to me in one turn. So I'm going to continue to fire at the fighter. 11 to hit you.
Nope.
And I'm going to get a 22 to hit you. 20 after the reduction.
Yep.
Take 6 points of piercing damage. We're going to drop the longbow and pick up the glaive. AzureWolf.
I'm going to step out to the south because I can't get towards him, so I'm just going to take the shot with him having cover with firebolt. That is a 14 before cover.
Okay, that's going to miss.
Take one step back, and then let's move the spear. It's what, 30 feet?
30 feet, it can go up barriers that are 5 feet tall. These walls are 10 feet tall, so that's not going to go up those. You want to roll up the staircase?
Yeah, but let's do the southern staircase. That way we leave a path for the others.
Does that work?
Yeah, it works.
Sounds good. After that, we go to Fear.
I'm just going to head up the stairs, not the flaming ones. I should be able to get to the top, and then I will dodge.
Dodge is an action. Sounds good. LongFish.
Move my spiritual weapon 4 squares, 20 feet. I'll move maximum speed right behind the fighter.
Okay, action.
Dodge.
BlindOracle.
I enjoy this lovely phalanx I have to work with. Move over, shoot with advantage. 25 to hit.
Yep.
12 points of damage. Move back and take the bonus action to hide. 26 to hide.
After that, we're going to go to my turn. Hop down, stab at you with the glaive. 21 to hit you.
With disadvantage?
Yep.
Well, that'll hit.
12 points of slashing damage with the glaive.
I'm getting really tired of this.
Second attack, this time definitely with disadvantage. Didn't forget that at all. 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
4 points of slashing damage. After that, we're going to go to the AzureWolf.
Let's move the spear right behind that guy, igniting that box on fire.
Okay, and then ramming into it.
Yep.
I pass.
Another 8.
8 turns to 4.
I'll move up behind the cleric and take a shot.
That will be covered. Do you want behind the fighter?
Yeah, let's do that then. And that is a 25
Hits.
for a total of 1 damage. That's it for me.
After the AzureWolf is a Fear No Equal.
I'm going to disengage and back away past the road because I have 1 hit point. I will swap to a javelin, but I can't throw it.
LongFish.
Move up to corner the warlord. I hit it with my hammer. Crit for 12 points of damage. Bonus action, move my spiritual weapon over. Only 11 to hit.
11 is not going to make it.
Alright, that's me.
Top of the order, BlindOracle.
We're gonna slide through the wizard, take the shot. Is he getting cover if I take the shot from there?
He is going to get cover either from the box or from the character. The thing is, you're hidden here, but you don't have any way to hide there. So you would lose your stealth bonus. Do you want to take the shot from here with the cover? I mean, I guess you're going to get cover no matter what.
Yep, that sounds like that's what's gonna happen. So we'll take it from there. 25.
Hits.
19 points of damage.
Where do you want to go?
I would like to stay there and then take a hide action. 21 to hide.
Yeah, that'll do it. He's going onto that box and then glaive the wizard. 15 to hit you.
That's a shield.
Drop that shield. Second attack. 16 to hit you.
Not with that 8 shield up.
I'm going to move to there. After that, we go to the AzureWolf.
What's he wearing?
Chain shirt.
Hey, shocking grasp. That is a 22.
22 will hit.
3 points?
3 points. A single point of damage is lethal, so he will drop.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, really.
That's that encounter. Anything that needs to get done, any spells that want to be cast, any abilities used before the next encounter. This is not a short rest.
Let's get that fighter healed up.
How many people are below half hit points?
I'm at 1.
Alright. Anyone else below half? I mean, I can pop my channel divinity and heal you for 19.
I'm not below half, unfortunately.
Same, not below half.
Alright. Yeah, still 19 hit points.
Alright, so Channel Divinity is used. 19 hit points are given to the fighter.
How much more healing do you need?
I'm now at 20 of a possible 41.
1d8 plus 7. I'll do a cure wounds.
Alright.
Hey, 15 points.
Alright, I'm at 35 out of 41.
15 points of, I don't even prep Cure Wounds. Next encounter is a number of gnolls, 2 gnoll lords, 2 gnolls in a somewhat confined space. And if you would be so kind, tell me about your hit points, if you have spent any abilities, remaining spells, items in hand.
I currently have 10 wounds. I have spent 2 first level slots and a second level slot. My hand is my focused and empty. As much as I want him to be here, Alistair Crowley can't be here.
He was killed last time.
Valiant effort by Mr. Crowley.
35 out of a possible 41 hit points with aid. Both Action Surge and Second Wind have been spent, and I have my Maul back in hand.
Hit points 35. 2 out of 4 first level spell slots remaining. 1 out of 3 second level spell slots remaining. Currently have my Warhammer and my shield.
24 hit points remaining, and we have the short bow in hand.
Monster abilities. So with 2 gnolls and 2 pack lords, they all have rampage. If they knock somebody down to 0 hit points, then they can make a bonus action to move, half speed, and bite. So that's what they can do. The gnolls have spears that they can throw or stab with. They also have longbows. The gnoll pack lords have the same as last time. They have a glaive that they can hit you with. They have a bite attack that they probably won't going to use unless, they get rampagey. They have the longbows, and they can incite a rampage where one gnoll that they can see can use its reaction to make a melee attack. So that's fun. Terrain is as you might expect it to be. Some difficult terrain indoors. You got some doors. That's the only difficult terrain that's not inside of a room. That's what it looks like on the terrain layer. Tactics. What are you guys thinking?
Ooh, this is a tough one.
So we got a Gnoll, Packlord, and a Gnoll on each side, basically. So I think we take the Gnolls down first, but that's subject to opinions. I figure we take them down because they'll go down faster, and if we take them down, they can't be rampaged by Packlords.
Packlords can rampage each other.
I still like that plan. Reduce the number of raw incoming attacks.
Yeah, I agree.
What weapons are they used?
The Gnolls have spears, the Packlords have glaives, everyone has longbows.
Okay, but I think that means the Gnolls do not have reach, and the Packlords do. So let's get in close and take those Gnolls down and clear the route to the Packlords, because if they're smart, they'll stand behind and swing. And they usually are.
I think it's a solid plan.
Yeah, and I think we just have to choke the east corridor and kill the two guys on the west side first, just as fast as we possibly can.
I could drop hunting traps if we think those will be useful. I also still have caltrops and bell bearings.
Yeah, those were nice last time.
Yeah, limited mobility in here, so those could be rather effective.
It all comes down to initiative order, though.
Usually does. If there's no other thoughts, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Anybody have higher than a 20?
Yes, 22.
Anybody have between a 15 and a 20?
17 for the wizard.
I got a 15 for the Gnolls. Who's got between a 15 and a 10?
10 for the clerk.
2.
BlindOracle starts off.
Sure. Okay, so we'll take the hide bonus action before doing this. 17. Very important question. Are those stairs going up or down?
They are going up.
And then the stairs next to them are going down?
Also up.
Okay, so that means there is no line of sight then from that landing to that knoll.
It would depend on the height, but yes. Theoretically, if you were short enough, you could block all line of sight.
Because my thought was going to be, hide bonus action, move up, shoot the knoll. But if those are stairs going up, I probably can't do that. Can I see him from the landing?
From the landing, we said these were 10 feet of elevation, so I don't think you're going to be able to see that. You would be able to see it from here, though. And you would also have cover, right? You could position yourself anywhere along that inclination that you wanted to, so that you had the cover and thus the ability to hide.
Then we'll take the shot at the knoll from cover. 17 to hit.
17 connects.
With sneak dice. 13.
Anything else for the BlindOracle?
That was a move, a shot, and hide action. Nope, that's it.
AzureWolf.
Yeah, I think I might have to just not take it around this route. Go where I can duck behind the wall there on the stairs and basically call dodge.
Gnolls. So we're going to do this guy first. I'm going to charge there.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
12 to hit you with the spear.
That will miss.
Got a glaive. Got 2 attacks to the glaive. 8 turns into a 6, so that's a miss. And a crit is always a crit.
Well, your dice are on point.
Take 14 points of piercing damage from the glaive. He's got 1 square, so he's going to move back there. I think this guy's going to murder you. First attack, he's going to get a 18, turns into a 16.
That'll hit.
10 points of slashing damage.
I'm down. And then all the gnolls go berserk, yes? Is that what happens?
No. The Gnoll can make a bonus action to move half its speed and make a bite attack. Thank you for the reminder. He's going to use his bonus action to move and go after the dodging wizard. He's going to get a 7 to hit you.
No.
No shield?
No, I'm good, buddy.
He needs to resolve his attacks before he can do his next actions, so he doesn't have the second attack. The last guy is going to go here and ready an action to shoot anyone who appears basically in that spot. That's all of mine, LongFish.
First thing first, bonus action, healing word. 12 points of healing on the rogue. I don't want to block the fighter. Sacred Flame on the node that I can see.
He fails.
5 points of damage. That's me.
Fear.
I will move up and attack that knoll. That is an 18 to hit
18 connects.
for 9 damage, and that is all I got.
After the fear is the blind oracle. Technically still prone.
Yeah. It's half my move to get up, right?
It is indeed. Leaving with 12 and a half.
So that rounds down to 10. Disengage, move behind the fighter, and then bonus action dash to behind the cleric. That's turn.
After that, we go to the AzureWolf.
Okay. Man, I so want to put a spear right in the middle of those two, but I think the better move is the shocking grasp and get out of this guy's range.
He is wearing chain and shirt.
Ooh, and that 20 is definitely going to do it.
That will indeed.
That is an 8. And he can't take his reaction, so I'm backing up. Let's get at least to the edge of the screen.
That was the AzureWolf. Now it's the gnolls. We'll sacrifice him, provoking.
Ugh, 11.
That's as far as you can go. Okay. And he'll attack you. First attack, 10 to hit you. Second attack, 10 to hit you. Well, that could have gone better. Attack the fighter, 10 to hit you.
Nope.
23.
That'll hit.
Take 9 points of slashing damage. And then the last guy is going to go... He'll put away the longbow. After that, we go to LongFish.
I am going to move, put me in the south, and I will hit the guy behind me to my west. 16 to hit,
So connect.
10 points of damage. That's me, no bonus action.
After the LongFish is the fear.
Can I vault this and jump north?
Yep.
I was just gonna hop down without taking damage and then go to assist the wizard.
Yeah, this is a box, so it will be difficult terrain, so that'll be 1-2. Does that change your mind?
Yeah, because if I do that, I don't have the distance.
This is a 10-foot drop, so it'll be d6 damage.
Does my ring of jumping do anything for me there? It does not. All it does is triple jump distance.
Yeah, I don't see any other way to cushion your fall.
Yeah, so I can't get to the wizard and do anything to participate in his combat.
Why can't you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Probably because I can't count. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll hit that Pack Lord.
And you will not take an attack of opportunity because you haven't left this guy's glaive range.
I have not. I'm still available to him. That is a 24 to hit, still not quite a crit,
You got it.
for 11 damage.
After that, we go to the turn of the Blind Oracle.
Yeah, that's a good question. Sure, let's move behind the box. Take the hide action. I assume a 28 means I'm hidden. Then shoot the Pack Lord, because I think that's the one I can see. A 21.
21 will connect.
15 points into the Pack Lord. That will be it.
AzureWolf.
Oh, man. Trying to weigh my options here.
Die or die gloriously.
That Pack Lord's just about down.
So I could Magic Missile if I really wanted to. Scorching Ray. I'm going to send one as the Pack Lord.
Okay, so why Scorching Ray and not Magic Missile?
Because I can split the damage a little bit, that's why. Because it's 3 instead of 1. Well, it's the same thing, I guess.
Magic Missile, you have 3 missiles. You can send them wherever you want.
Yeah, it's the same with this Ray. I think I was just looking for more damage. I think the missile's probably the smartest move right now. Let's go 2 and 1. The Pack Lord's going to take the brunt.
2 onto the Pack Lord, 1 onto the other guy. You got it.
That is 3 all around.
Cool. What else?
I'm SOL as it is. So yeah, let's just brace for impact.
So we're going to do the easy one first. Spear to the face. 6 to hit you.
No.
I'm going to take the attack of opportunity from the cleric. I moved it. Oh, you can't see me when I leave your threatened square. We did that last time. Glaive onto the wizard. 15 to hit.
Yeah, I'll shield it.
Okay. And then at that point, you're AC 20, so the fighter is the better target. 15 to hit. That's going to miss. Last guy, spear into the cleric. 8 to hit you. And that's all of me. LongFish.
Guess I'll just keep hitting this guy in front of me. 19 to hit,
19 connects.
for a total of 9 damage.
After the LongFish is the fear.
I'll step 1 to the west. I guess I'll go after the knoll. I think he's more injured. And that is an 8 to hit.
8 is not going to make it. Anything else?
No, I'm pretty much tapped out here.
Blind Oracle.
Hide bonus action first. That's a 1, which we'll roll because of Halfling Luck. It's much better. That's a 24. We'll take the shot at the knoll next to the wizard.
Kill him. I've got a plan. If he can kill it.
24 to hit.
Yep.
15 points.
That is lethal for that particular knoll. After that, we go to the rest of Blind Oracle's turn. You want to move?
No, I'm good with my box.
AzureWolf.
Okay. I think the move is to move in, shocking grasp, and pray I hit and run.
I think that's the right one also.
Oh, that is a 25.
That'll connect.
Alright, that's an 8, and I'm running towards the rogue.
No bonus action for you,
No, I don't have anything.
and no reaction, but it is now their turn. Alright, we'll do the easy knoll first. Try to fight the cleric. He's going to get a crit. That's fun.
Alright.
7 points of piercing. Alright, this guy is going to go 5-foot step. And flash first glaive at the wizard. 14 to hit you.
No.
Second glaive at the wizard. 18 to hit you.
Yeah, that's gonna connect. Yeah, I don't want to burn a second level slot.
Take 4 points of slashing. Minimum amount of damage. Alright, that's my guy's LongFish.
Keep beating him with my hammer. 17 to hit
17 will connect.
for a total of 8 damage. That's me.
Fear.
I want to walk around to the other side of him by vaulting that stairway. Do you think you can get out of here, wizard?
Sure.
Because if you can, I feel like I could just dodge here and let the rogue keep hitting him.
You might need to push him. He has a glaive.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do.
Then you're not dodging.
What do I need for a push? Just an attack?
Athletics check.
Oh, that's fun. It's going to be a 16.
He's going to get a 20.
It was worth a shot.
Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
BlindOracle.
So we have some choices here. I can try and take the shot from there, or I can run around from the other side and try and stab him. It would require me to take the dash action. I feel like taking the shot with advantage through cover is the better choice here.
Yeah, advantage statistically gives you 3.3 on the die, and varies depending on where you are in the spectrum. On the lower end, it's way better. On the upper end, it's not as good. But you're on the lower end, right? You've got...
Dice plus 6.
You can do really well on that attack roll with advantage. And all the cover is +2. You're better off.
Sure, let's try the hide action first. I don't suppose a 14 is going to do it for hiding, is it?
Well, if I'm a Null Packlord with a passive perception of 10, it is going to do it.
Wow! Not great eyes on those. Let's see if we can hit with a short bow. 22.
22 will connect.
17.
AzureWolf.
Okay. Is the play to shoot, but it'll be with disadvantage, or to disengage and move and not do an action?
Wait, why would you shoot with a disadvantage?
Because he's got ranged on me.
No, it's only within 5 feet. It doesn't matter if you're in a threatened square or not.
I thought it was the threatened square. Fire away. Firebolt is going to hit with a 26 on a nat 20. That is a total of 16.
16. You needed a 14, so he dies. Lucky little crit right there. Alright, you got movement, you got a bonus action.
Let's get behind the row.
My turn. Stabby, stabby. We're going to get a 18 to hit you.
That's on the nose, yeah.
Hey! Take 6 points of piercing.
Alright, my turn.
It is indeed.
16 to hit
That will connect.
for a total of 5 damage.
5 is exactly what you needed. He drops dead.
Bonk.
The Knolls are defeated. So this is the short rest round. What do you guys want to do for a short rest?
Just gotta heal up with my hit dice.
Are you going to cast any healing spells?
I have 2 spell slots left, unless anyone desperately need one.
I mean, we've got hit dice.
Yeah, let's use up that hit die.
You can spend these in order, right?
Yeah. You roll it, you read it, you decide if you want more.
3 hit dice. 13. So we're 23 HP.
I am spending hit dice. I'm gonna spend 2. I got 11 back, and I got 3 wounds left. And I'm also gonna use Arcane Recovery to gain 2 level 1 slots back. Duke Allington's coming back.
Spent 1 hit die so far, got 10 points. I am at 32 out of 35.
Spent 2, recovered 23 health, but I only needed 15, so I'm at 41 of 41.
You spent 2 and recovered 23 health.
I got a 9 and a 10.
That's really... okay.
Consider my initiative rolls. I deserve that.
Anything else you guys want to do before we move on to the next encounter?
Cry?
Yeah.
Hit points, abilities, spells remaining, items in hand.
Currently at 32 out of 35 hit points. Currently have 1 level 1 spell slot and 1 level 2 spell slot remaining, and I have my channeled ability back, armed with my warhammer and my shield.
Currently sitting at 3 wounds out of 31. I have used up my Arcane Recovery, and I have used 2 first level slots and 1 second level slot, and I have my owl back.
I have 23 hit points remaining, and the rogue has no one-time use or limited use abilities. A short bow.
41 out of 41 hit points, including aid. I have a second wind and action surge back, and I have a maul in hand.
Monster abilities, items, and numbers. There are 4 Knolls. They're the ones that look like Knolls. They have spears, they have longbows. They have shields, so I don't really know how they're going to use their longbows, but here we are. I think we're going to go spear and shield for this one. In the middle, there is a Frost Gnoll. Frost Gnoll isn't a real creature, you say. That's right, we're using a Yeti. It seems Gnoll-like to me. The Yetis have snow camouflage. They have keen smell. They have a fear of fire. That's fun. They're immune to cold damage. They have multiple attacks. They have claws, and they have a chilling gaze. So that's going to be fun. Those are my monsters. Terrain effects. There's some difficult terrain, that table, and then there's stairs up, but this is all open. There's no walls or anything. There's a door back here and a small room. Otherwise, it's just cramped, closed confines in here. That's what the terrain looks like. Tactics, what are you guys thinking for the third encounter?
I think we need to make the fighter large.
Any other thoughts in this encounter?
I'm working through that one.
Enlarge. Here we go. Get an extra D4 in your swings.
I mean, maybe we hold off on that for a larger space, or a space that's got choke points that we need more people for. I feel like this one we actually just put the fighter and the cleric in front and walk across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, plink away, realistically.
Well, if you two can get up ahead, that would be a nice little choke point if you can block there.
Well, we're going to take some slings and arrows, but at least in the short term, we can get in front and deal with that big ol' knoll.
Explain this fear of fire to me.
They take fire damage at a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn.
Okay, good to know.
Hit that bad boy up.
Firebolt, super useful.
Yep.
Alright, that sounds like you guys know what you're going to do. After the tactics, we roll initiative. Anybody have higher than a 20?
Yes, 23.
Who's got between a 20 and a 15? Who's got between a 15 and a 10?
Al Pacino's got a 14.
I've got a 14,
Cleric has a 14 as well. 14 minus 1.
and we're both -1s.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. We're going to do exactly what we're going to do. We're going to line up.
Who's got between a 10 and a 5? I have a 6.
Me, the wizard, a 5.
BlindOracle, start us off.
Can I stand in the square between there? Can I stand there? Is that a valid square?
Yeah, you can stand there.
Cool. Hide, bonus action. Both those are terrible. And 11.
An 11 for a Yeti. No, that is not going to do it. Their passive perception is better than that.
Cool. We'll just take the shot then. 24 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit.
for 6 points of damage. And I will stand right there.
After the BlindOracle, we got the Owl.
So I'm going to move the owl up, aggravate him for that fighter, and then get the heck out of the way.
After the Owl is the Fear.
I will move to the southwest and take the swing at the Yeti with advantage. That is a 14
Connect.
for 7 whole damage.
Anything else?
Are you thinking we should move up one and we should hold that deep corner? Yeah, actually, I think that's probably what I should do. So I'm going to step backwards and risk the attack of opportunity. Should have swapped to a pike for that, but I reconsidered my positioning too late.
22 to hit with the Claw.
That is going to hit.
Take 10 points of slashing and 6 points of cold. 16 total.
Ow.
Anything else? Bonus action?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just use it right away. Second wind. Ow. 5 health.
So we're going to go on to the Knolls.
Shouldn't I go right after?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
What do you got?
Move up next to the fighter. Cast Sacred Flame on the Yeti, I guess.
I got a 17.
Pass. Alright, that's me.
Now it's my turn. So we're going to go to there. I can make a Chilling Gaze and 2 claw attacks. A target that we can see makes a Constitution save against magic or take cold damage. We're going to target the rogue. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Okay. 18.
18. You are immune to this effect for the next hour.
Alright.
And now my regular claw attacks, somehow I'm able to do both of these, which is awesome. We'll give a claw to the fighter. 24 to hit you.
That'll hit.
10 points of slashing and 3 points of cold for a total of 13. Second attack on the fighter. Another 24 to hit you. 8 points of slashing, 1 point of cold for 9 total.
I'm at 9 health.
The Yeti is going to back up for 4 movement, proccing 2 attacks of opportunities.
Yep. 19 for 11 damage.
Oh, we'll bonk him. 16, 8 points of damage.
Charge in, hit you with a spear. 9 to hit you, fighter.
For once, that will miss.
Move back. 16 to hit you, fighter.
That will miss.
5 to there. 5 to there. These guys are going to dodge. I probably should have not proc the attack of opportunity. The idea was I want to get as many guys in to hit you as possible, so I should take the oppies. But my guys weren't in position, so that was probably the wrong move. AzureWolf.
Think the move is to cast a big AoE in the middle of that room. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yep, that's gonna catch pretty much all but one.
I can use Shatter or I could use the Fireball scroll. I think I should save that scroll.
That's such tight quarters that we're going to get hit with Fireball, and that will down me.
No, you won't.
20 radius.
Oh, yeah, if you threw it at the very end.
But no, here's the best part. I'm the School of Evocation, so I can sculpt that bad boy.
This is true.
Let's go with Shatter, just to make this easy.
Shatter is a 10-foot radius.
Correct, 10-foot radius, and I want to hit as many as I can.
You can drop it here, hit these two, but not this guy.
Yep,
So you're going to avoid the corner guy and get everybody else?
yep. Maximum efficiency here. And sculpt it around our fighter.
And sculpt around the fighter. You got it.
Con saves around. So you're looking at a total of 14.
Okay. Top guy on the far side fails. Bottom guy on the far side gets a 20, so he's going to pass. Yeti. He's going to get a con save. That does not look good. He's going to get a 12. That's going to fail. And the guy right in front of the fighter is going to get a fail as well. Anything else you want to do?
Not really, because I think I'm in a good spot to stay out of range.
That was you. BlindOracle.
So, I'm reading through the potion at the moment. And it is a single target option, so I don't think we want to do that. Take the hide bonus action now while no one can see me. 16 to hide. Then we'll go ahead and pop up and shoot the Yeti. Frost Knoll, excuse me. Rules question. I have advantage on this, and I just shot a 1 on the first one. Does Halfling Luck kick in at that point as well?
Rules as written. You can actually reroll the one that is not a 1 if you want. Don't know why you would want to do that, but you can.
Weird. 21.
21 to hit, that'll connect.
12 points.
Alright, that is lethal to the Yeti. Successfully bursted him down.
Nice.
What else you got?
That's my turn.
After the Blind Oracle's an owl,
Gonna aggravate that one that's in front of the fighter for him.
and then fly back. Here.
I think I'm just gonna dodge. I have very low health. I will go down if these guys land a couple of hits on me. Cleric can still make use of the advantage.
I gave it to you. The cleric can't use it.
I can use Channel Divinity and heal you for 11 points.
Alright, I'll go ahead and use it then. Alright, that's a crit. I got a 19. 25 after. 17 total damage to the guy in front of me.
17 points of damage to this guy. That is lethal. You got anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna step back behind the cleric.
Nice move.
Lucky crit.
LongFish.
Okay, so we'll just throw a Sacred Flame at the southwest guy.
He fails.
Big 7 damage.
You want a bonus heal?
Oh, I could. A bonus action heal. 9 points.
I'm going to do my stuff. I'm going to charge this here. Cleric. A 19 to hit you.
That will hit.
Take 6 points of piercing damage from a spear. Attack you. I'm going to get a 6 to hit you. I'm going to get a 10 to hit you. After that, we go to the turn of the AzureWolf.
Here comes some firebolt downrange. 11.
11 is not going to connect.
Alright, I figured. That's my turn.
Blind Oracle, your turn.
Sure. Hide bonus action to start the turn. 24. We'll take a shot at
Tom, Dick, or Harry?
Harry. Halfling Luck kicks in. 25 to hit total after advantage and everything else. 14 points.
14 points of lethal.
That's my turn.
Ow.
You've got a polearm on that fighter, right?
I do, I can swap to my pike.
Let's give the one on the west there advantage for the fighter.
And then fly back. Here.
Swap over to my pike and attack with advantage. That is a 16 to hit.
You miss with a 16. The dwarf imposes cover for your reach attack. Anything else for fear?
No, I'm gonna hang on to the action surge.
Sounds good. LongFish.
Bonk the guy next to me.
Yep, the wounded one. They're both next to you. Roll the hit.
Crit.
Yep, when in doubt.
When in doubt, crit.
12 points of damage.
12 points of lethal.
That's me.
That was the LongFish. Now it's my turn. Attack the LongFish. I'm going to get a 19 to hit you.
That will hit.
I'm going to get a 4 points of piercing damage to pierce you. AzureWolf.
Alright, well, let's try again. Firebolt, I'd say 18, so a 24
That'll hit.
for 5.
Blind Oracle.
Can I draw line of sight to the knoll in front? Yeah, okay. Let's just rinse and repeat. Hide action. 17.
That'll do it. Passive perception of 10.
17 to hit.
17 will connect. Even with the cover. Just barely with the cover.
15.
Ow.
Same thing, aggravate him for the fighter.
Here.
19 to hit this time for 14 damage.
19 will hit. 14 damage is lethal. He drops. Anything you guys want to do, cast, say, before the next encounter?
Well, your dice are on point tonight.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
I'm going to knock back a potion for 7 HP. I'm actually going to go ahead and use the other one too for another 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my healing potion as well from last session. 6. Is the next one the final one, or we have one more?
No.
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 Nope, we got 3 more after this. Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand.
32 hit points, maul in hand. I do not have second wind, but I do still have action surge.
Short bow in hand. 23 hit points available.
3 wounds out of my 31 hit points. I have 2 first level slots used, 2 second level slots used. Nothing in my hand but my arcane focus.
28 hit points. I have 1 second level spell slot left, and I have my Channel Divinity.
You are facing 2 gnolls and 2 cult fanatics. The gnolls have the same thing that gnolls always have, which are spears and longbows that they can't use because they also have shields. They also have bite attacks, and they have the rampage ability. In the west room, you guys are going to fight a couple of cult fanatics. So these cultists are cultists of the demon lord that has summoned gnolls into the world, and they are part of the bloodletting and the feasting of corpses that all the rest of the gnolls are getting into. They have a Dark Devotion, which gives them advantage against Charming and Frightening. It's not very helpful here. They have a couple of cantrips, a couple of second level abilities, and they have daggers, which are not particularly helpful. Mostly we're going to be doing their spells. So that's what we're fighting against. Terrain and effects. Close confines, there's a ramp up, there's a door, there's a couple of pieces of difficult terrain, more difficult terrain over here. Mostly it's just cramped confines, narrow passageways, but that's the terrain layer that you guys are fighting in. So what do you guys think for tactics here?
Can we get the traps down this time?
The trick with getting traps down is I have to move out there, drop the trap, and then move back.
Yeah, I get it. We've got a door this time that's closed.
So if I do that, I will be out there and probably overexposed if I drop the trap.
What if you get it at the bottom there? But that would limit our chokehold at that point.
Initially the doors are closed, but everyone is aware of the enemies. The enemies are aware of you.
I think we run in, see if we can overpower the first guy, and then choke point the entrance between the first and second room.
Yeah, I'm concerned about ranged attacks, possibly ranged AoE attacks from the cultists. They're strung out for us, so I think we just take them in order. Take the first guy as fast as we can. Don't let the second guy choke point us. Keep on pushing through, just like hammer them down, single targets, until we can get to the cultists.
If I can get in that room, I could use the wind to go down that hall to keep them at bay.
Does the wind prevent movement or just make it difficult terrain?
It makes it very difficult. And it is an evocation, so it's one that I could sculpt also if you guys are in the way.
I think we should just try and rush this first guy, and then either hold the point if they can't get to us, or else push through the next guy if they can.
If we push the wind, that would make a, 10, 20, 30 right there just to try for that second guy,
Yeah.
which could buy us some time.
Any other thoughts?
I think that's it.
In that case, let's roll initiative. Anybody have higher than a 20? Anyone have between a 20 and a 15?
Fighter with 18. What are these double-numbered sides of the dice?
Well, Clerk was a 17.
Just grabbing his arm and yanking him along with me.
Anyone have between a 15 and a 10? 13 for the bad guys.
12 for the wizard.
Who's got between a 10 and a 5?
Rogue is a 7.
7 for the owl.
Fear.
I don't think... Yeah, I can get to the guy.
The counting. It hurts.
I thought I could take the corner there, and I can't.
No sharp corners. Do you want to drop them all and switch to the pike?
Yeah, we'll swap to the pike. That's a crit.
Of course it is.
It is the one thing that Champion does. Don't worry, I rolled awful. 9 total damage.
After that is the LongFish.
Alright, move me as far as I can. Sacred Flame.
I'm going to pass. Sorry.
Alright, that's me.
My turn. Let's get this started. We're going to move to there and attack the fight. 19 to hit you.
That'll do.
Take 5 points of piercing.
Hey, that feels much better than that Yeti.
Second attack on the fighter. 10 to hit you.
That'll miss.
Fanatics are going to go... He's going to cast Spiritual Weapon and create a dagger that floats right here and going to attack you. 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Boy, your dice are on point.
7 points of force damage.
I vote we fall back down the stairs and let them have to deal with the daggers blocking their path.
They don't block path.
They're floating.
This guy's going to dodge after that. I'm just going to summon another one in the exact same spot. Second dagger, 13 to hit.
Nah.
This guy's going to dodge after that. Alright, that's all my stuff. AzureWolf.
I don't have many options here, do I?
I don't see a lot, no.
Fallback thing might actually be the way to go. I'll move to the bottom of the stairs and hold an action to shoot a bad guy if he comes up those stairs.
Ready in action. What are you shooting?
Firebolt.
BlindOracle.
I have no way to get in there. Yeah, this is awful.
Yes, it is.
I can't get in there and do anything useful or productive because I'm stunty. Unless you guys want me in there to try and stab something, I have to dash to get in there, stab one of the gnolls.
And then just become a victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just want to fall back down the stairs, and you're probably going to have to forfeit your turn or ready the action to shoot something on the landing.
Sure, move me up to the corner. Ready action, any hostile comes down the stairs.
Sounds good. Al.
Let's move, aggravate that south one, and get it out of the way.
Fear.
I'm going to disengage, because there's like 4 attacks if I walk away here.
These are not creatures. They cannot take attacks from them.
Still 2 attacks, and I don't have a ton of HP. So I'm going to disengage and drop back 2 spaces down the stairs.
LongFish.
For retreating down the ramp.
I would suggest you drop back and dodge.
Yeah, fall back 1 step and then dodge.
Interesting. So Phalanx at the top. I think we'll just take the Oppies in an effort to get as much damage in as possible. And you're dodging. Oh, this is not going to go well. Move to there and attack you. You have a reaction. AzureWolf.
That is a 25.
That'll hit.
4.
I'm going to get a 13 to hit LongFish. Then he's going to move around. He goes to there, still within your threatened square. He goes to there, and now out of line of sight. The second guy's going to do the same thing. Move to there, make his attack. Stab you with a spear. 14 to hit. Misses.
Did Blind have one also?
No line of sight.
Just going to go there, attack you. He'll take this with cover, but that's fine. 6 to hit you. I'm going to just move it. It doesn't get a second chance to move, but I'm just going to move it out of the way. He's going to hit you with a Sacred Flame. Go ahead and make a dex save. You have advantage because you're dodging.
The dex save. That is a 13.
13 succeeds. Okay. And then move this in here. And another 6 to hit you. And another dex save for the Sacred Flame.
That is a 16.
That's going to pass. That's all of my stuff. After that, we go to AzureWolf.
I think it's the same thing. Hold the firebolt for the target.
That's your action, no bonus action, BlindOracle.
Are those actual arrow slits?
Those are actual arrow slits.
Those are active. Okay, then I will move over there and take the shot from there then.
Move to an arrow slit, climb up, and shoot in an arrow slit.
I do not see how I would be able to climb, hold a bow, and shoot. That seems like I do not have enough hands to do that.
I don't see anything that requires you to use your hands to climb. I don't know of any rule that says that. You're also a ducky little thief. You can climb like you walk.
Okay, I'll take it. We'll take the shot at one of the knolls. And I have to dash to do this because I don't have enough movement otherwise.
I think you have enough movement to get there, but you might not want to remain. You'd have to dash to get down.
Correct. And 11's probably not going to hit. We will fall back.
Ow.
Move in, aggravate the south one for the fighter.
I'm not going to be able to hit him. That's the thing. It's like they're not going to stay on the top of the thing. It doesn't really make a difference, though, because, like, one way or another, they're just going to peek up at the top.
What I could do is give myself the benefit and just use my reaction with advantage.
I would say that's probably the move. And I think we have to fall back down these stairs to a more open space.
If our wizard can go up and just drop Shatter or a Fireball in the room. Because right now they're all bunched up.
What's the owl going to do?
So he'll give me the advantage.
And then move back. Fear.
Can I step into the space where the spiritual weapons are?
Yes, they don't block spaces.
I'm going to step forward and stab the cultist. Oh no, spiritual weapons, not concentration.
Correct.
That's a 1. And then I will step back down.
The only guy you would proc from can't see you when it comes time to proc. So, LongFish.
Should I just keep dodging?
That's the move, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll keep dodging.
Cultist. Cultist number 1 is going to throw a hold person at LongFish. So go ahead and make a, I'm going to say wisdom saving throw.
That is 12.
12 is a success, so that's that. That's my action. Bonus action hits you with a dagger. Disadvantage because of the dodge. Second cultist is going to do the same thing. Throw a hold person at you. Go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
That is a 17.
17 also passes. It's going to attempt to hit you with his spiritual weapon. 17 to hit.
Nope.
And head back there. They're going to jump in and attack after he gets shot at with advantage.
That is a crit for 10.
I just wanted to stab the dwarf. That's lethal.
You sound so disappointed.
I'm glad you had advantage on that.
Me too.
Move in there. 8 to hit.
Nope.
It's me, AzureWolf.
You sound so thrilled. Okay, let's move up and let's cast an AoE in this room.
What are we casting?
Shatter. Actually, is Shatter the right move? Because Flaming Spear will last longer. Let's go Flaming Spear, put it in the first space, and then ram it into the cultist.
Actually, can you put it on top of the box?
Yeah, what's your logic with the box?
I think it's so other people can move into the room.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. The box will ignite and burn.
Sounds good. I'm going to make a save. I'm going to pass the save, meaning I only take half of whatever's coming.
8, so you take 4.
Anything else? Move back. After the AzureWolf is the BlindOracle.
So it's 10 feet up to get to the arrow slit. Hide bonus action. That's a 10 exactly.
That will not do it. They will spot you with a 10.
Perfect. Move up, take the shot. Let's go with the back cultist from me. 24 to hit
24 will connect.
for 10 points of damage.
After that, we go to the owl.
You can give me advantage again if you want.
That's the plan. Let's give advantage to that cultist for the fighter.
Owl flies away. Fear.
Move me in and I will take a swing with the maul. That's a 19 to hit for 14 damage.
Anything else?
Action surge. Do I still have advantage?
No. It's on the first attack.
Well, it's not going to matter for this guy for long. That's a 19, so 25, and that's a crit, 13 damage.
He's gone.
So's a spiritual weapon.
Anything else?
No, I can't move. That was... No, actually, I could move.
You can free up space in the room.
I'll back up to the top of the stairs.
You take the Oppie from the knoll.
Push farther in. Yeah, actually, that makes sense. Push me 2 spaces down. I believe that's difficult terrain down there.
After that, it goes to LongFish.
Alright, move me in. Well, I can get close enough to the cultist, right? Beat up on the cultist. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
6 points of damage. That's me.
Now it's the cultist. We're going to do inflict wounds. Let's go after the fighter. 7 to hit you. Spiritual weapon.
Also, interestingly, attempting to inflict wounds.
I'm going to send the dagger after the fighter. I will inflict wounds. Hey, I get a crit. But do I?
No, you don't.
3 points of force damage.
3 points.
This is how people will feel in the next edition if DMs can't crit. You'll just hear this voice all the time.
You're hitting about as hard as I'm critting.
This knoll is going to stab at the fighter. He's going to get a 17,
That will hit.
and he'll do 5 points of piercing.
The knoll did not move, right? The spear was still in his 5 foot from him, so he would have took damage on his turn.
Fails the save. Roll the damage.
5.
He's your wolf.
Moving north 3. Then I'm gonna bonus that spear. Let's move it into the cult.
I make a save. I get a 14. I think that saves.
That saves it. And you're taking 7. And then me, I am going to... might as well shocking grass while I'm here, right?
He's going to get cover for the corner, but you can attempt it.
Might as well. That is an 18.
18, that'll connect.
5, and I move down all.
Then it goes to BlindOracle.
We'll take the hide bonus action. 26.
That'll hide.
Move up and shoot over the dwarf shoulder at the cultist. 18 to hit.
18 connects.
Whoever thought that arrows would come from bolt holes. 14 damage. And then drop back down.
That's the BlindOracle. Owl.
Move in to aggravate the cultist for the fighter.
And if you move into the sphere's range, nothing happens. Fun.
As long as I don't end my turn there.
So that's the owl. Fear.
Attacking with advantage, which doesn't matter because I got 2 6s for 12.
12 misses. Anything else?
No, already action surged, so that's all I got.
LongFish.
Try to beat him to death. 23 to hit.
Yep, 23 hits.
10 points of damage total.
10 points of damage total. That is lethal.
That's me.
This guy's going to attack the fighter. I'm either going to take an oppie or I'm going to take damage from the sphere. I don't like this. Yeah, just attack the fighter. 14 to hit you.
That's gonna miss.
And I think I'd rather take the damage from the sphere. It is technically less. End my turn there. Here's my save. Fail to save. Go ahead and roll the damage.
4.
AzureWolf.
Move up. Slam the spear.
He fails again.
That's 8 that time. Firebolt. That's a 7, unfortunately.
7 misses.
And I'm gonna move it back down.
BlindOracle.
Sure. Hide, climb up, shoot. 12 to hide.
That'll do it.
23 to hit.
23 will connect.
21 points of damage.
20. Dude has 22 health to start with. Yeah, he drops. And that is the end of that encounter.
Whew.
After this is a short rest, so is anybody going to cast any spells?
Is anyone below half hit points?
I am.
Yeah, sure, I'll pop your Channel Divinity. So you get 8 points, yeah?
Are you going to roll hit dice?
I am, and it is 15 total, so that puts me at 35.
I did 1 hit dice. I healed for 8.
We are spending our last hit die. We are healing for 8. That brings us to 31.
I spent 1 hit die, I healed 10 hit points. Now I'm at 4 again.
Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand.
Currently at 35 hit points, have 1 second level spell slot remaining, and my Channel Divinity.
Currently sitting at 31 HP. I've used up 2 spell slots in my first level, have 2 remaining. I've used up all 3 of my second level slots, and my Arcane Recovery is also gone.
We are at 31 hit points with aid, holding the short bow, no abilities to speak of.
35 out of 41 hit points with aid, holding a maul. I have Second Wind and Action Surge both available.
Monster abilities. This is a single monster fight, nice and easy. You are fighting against a Gnoll Fang of Yinagu. Yinagu is the demon prince of consuming and ravaging and tearing things up, and Gnolls love him. It's just a big, bad Gnoll. It's exactly the same as a regular Gnoll, except they're bigger and badder and meaner and tougher, and they do more damage and poison you and all sorts of fun stuff. So that's what he's going to do. Terrain effects. Close quarters, confined area, lots of difficult terrain around here. In fact, one of you starting in it, but there's no penalty to move out of it. A couple of doors, couple of rooms, but that's what you guys are looking at. Tactics, what do you think?
Assuming we can get in the door before he gets to us, which has historically been a challenge, just see if we can box him in and keep him off the squishies.
Single target fight, fairly straightforward. Any other ideas, thoughts?
Tank and spank, as they say.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Let's do it then. Roll up initiative. Anybody get higher than 20? 20 to 15.
19 Wizard.
Fighter with 15.
15 to 10.
12 for the clerk.
11 on the Owl.
10 to 5.
Hang on. I needed to look up to see if Halfling Luck applied to initiative checks.
It does. It's an ability check.
It does. I have a 21.
Catapulting himself to the top of the order. BlindOracle, what do you got?
That's a good question. Is that door open or closed at the moment? I've got enough movement to do this either way, so we're going to take the hide action as a bonus action with the 27. Walk over, pop the door, shoot the Gnoll monstrosity, and pop back into my corner. And 11 is not going to hit, is it?
No, an 11 is not going to hit with advantage. That's rough.
Yep, these things happen.
It's okay, BlindOracle. It's kind of like you started at the end of the initiative order anyway.
It's fine. It's fine.
Jump back up on the table. AzureWolf.
I will step in 2 spaces to the east and shoot a firebolt for a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
7 of fire, and then I'm moving back.
5 points of fire damage, and then move on back.
7.
7 points of fire damage, and move. After that, we go to the Fear No Equal.
Let's get up there in front of him, and we'll just Let's open up. That's going to be a crit with a 19 again. That's a 25 total.
Can't crit me. I'm a fang of Yunagu.
16 total.
Where are you going to stand?
I want to move up to the northwest of him. That's northeast, but yeah, that works actually better.
By standing here, you prevent him from moving away or else provoking attacks of opportunity. LongFish.
Move me up and put me in front of him, and I'm gonna hit him with my hammer. 15 to hit
15 is going to connect.
for 6 damage total. That's me.
Owl.
Yeah, what do you want the owl to do?
Let that fighter get some crit fish action going on in there.
And then it's the Fang's turn. Fang is going to wheel and attack the fighter with the lower armor. I get to make bite and 2 claws, so here's the bite attack. 14 to hit you.
That'll miss.
16 to hit you.
That'll also miss.
Okay, but this is a 7 to hit you.
That'll also miss.
Alright, I can't move anywhere else. BlindOracle.
Let's try this again. Hide bonus action. 27 to hide. Pop into the room, take the shot. 21 to hit.
21 will connect.
Yeah, okay. 17 points of damage.
After that, we're going to go for the AzureWolf.
Move in, shoot a firebolt for 17.
Hits.
Another 7 on the die, and move back. That's it for me.
After the AzureWolf is the Fear.
We're going to whack him again with the maul. It's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
11 damage.
After the Fear is the LongFish.
Hit it with my hammer, and I miss. That's a 8.
Owl.
Have the owl make the attack.
I don't think you can.
No, the owl cannot attack. Yeah, let's go in there and aggravate it one more time. But this time for me, since I'm going to be the first in the turn order.
BlindOracle's the first in the turn order, but he already has advantage.
Yep.
The Fang is going to go after the fighter again. 16 to hit you.
Miss.
11 to hit you.
That's also a miss.
And a 9 to hit you. This guy's pathetic. Alright.
Yeah.
BlindOracle.
Yeah, rinse, repeat. Hide says 21. 24 to hit.
24 will connect.
14 points.
14 points, that is lethal. As the Fang of Yunagu's body falls to the ground, shadows cascade in from every corner, and the next monster appears. A shadow demon rises up from the body of the Null Fang of Yunagu and thrashes about. It's going to attack you guys, and we're going to get to that on the next encounter. Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand.
35 hit points remaining, 1 level 2 spell slot, and my Channel Divinity.
Full at 31 HP, missing 2 level 1s, still have 2 remaining, and all 3 level 2s have been used, along with my Arcane Recovery is gone.
Still sitting at 31 HP. No consumables to speak of.
35 out of 41 HP with aid, maul in hand, and I have Second Wind and Action Surge both available. Also, I'm immune to crits.
Thanks. Monster abilities. A shadow demon has risen up from the body that it was possessing. It's just going to try to fight you. Shadow demons are fiends. They're chaotic evil. They have stealth abilities. They are vulnerable to radiant damage and resistance to acid fire, necrotic thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons. Other things like cold, lightning, and poisoning, they're just immune to. They're also immune to exhaustion, grappling, paralysis, petrification, poisoning, prone, and restraining. That's fun. They can move through walls and other solid objects. They are sensitive to light, but they have stealth, and they have claws. So that's going to be fun. Terrain. Let's take a look at the terrain layer. A lot of difficult terrain on the inside and some spikes on the outside. Why do I mention the spikes on the outside? Because it can move through walls and difficult terrain. So it doesn't really care about the difficult terrain, but you guys might. That's what that looks like. Tactics, what are you thinking?
Obviously, we want to try and wail on it while we can, but it can kind of go wherever it likes.
Yep.
Shadow Demon goes where he pleases.
Almost all my damage he's pretty much either halving or immune to.
I mean, same. That's going to be the case for all damage I can produce. He's going to be resistant to. I mean, we might as well also, burst on him. I feel like any damage that you can throw down early, you might as well just go ahead and throw down, unless you feel like you've got utility.
I still have the 2 flasks of holy water.
I thought the calculus was you're better with Sacred Flame than you are with Holy Water.
I mean, are fiends vulnerable to radiant damage? I don't think so, right?
Depends on the fiend. This particular one is.
Someone could just go to me, pick up the flask, and throw it. It's 2d6 radiant, doing some damage.
Yeah, I could do that, since I cannot produce much damage otherwise.
I think the Rogue is also the best one to do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's dex-based.
It's a ranged attack, and the Rogue can get sneak attack.
You can also do it as a bonus action.
So we should probably hand those off to the rogue at some point.
I'd have to come up and grab them. It's a form of pickpocketing, right? Your friend's just like, here, grab these out of my pocket. That's fine.
It's assisted pickpocketing.
Any other ideas?
Just point out that if he does decide to leave, we're going to have to go out those stairs where the rogue is, because that's the only way outside. But we're just going to have to kind of like stay relatively close together, because if he like goes through a wall and decides to hit the squishies and the tanks can't get there in time,
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Let's roll up some initiative.
hey, that's more familiar.
Anybody get higher than a 20?
Yes, 22.
20 to a 15,
19 on the owl,
15 to a 10,
14 on the wizard.
12 on the demon, 10 to a 5,
8 on the fighter.
and 5 to a 0.
2 for the clerk.
Back to the natural order of things.
Blind Oracle kicks off.
No idea how effective this will be, but we're going to try and hide from it. 20.
20 will do it.
Take the shot at advantage and see what happens. 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
13 points.
It is resistant to non-magical piercing damage, so 13 is going to turn into a 6. Ow.
Let's move in, aggravate, and the target, I guess, is me? Yeah, let's go with me.
AzureWolf.
Step in to firebolt with advantage. 14 on both of them.
14 will hit.
Whopping 2 on the fire damage.
2 points of fire. It is resistant to that, so it's going to take half as much.
Start moving towards the stairway there to the east.
After the AzureWolf is the Shadow Demon. The Shadow Demon is immediately going to disengage, run through a wall. It's going to use its bonus action to hide. Does anyone have a passive perception higher than a 17?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so nobody knows where it is. After that, we go to Fear.
Should we group together?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go through this door thinking that the thing went into the room next to me.
Okay, you open the door, you go inside, and you search the room.
And I don't see it, so I'm gonna look for it. Yeah.
As your action, make a perception check.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. 9.
You do not find any Shadow Demons.
I'm gonna report that to them, too. I conclude that it's outside. And then I will leave the room, so I'm gonna head towards the rogue.
Longfish.
Put me to the corner west of the fighter. I'll hand out one flask of holy water to the fighter and the rogue each.
Give them both to the rogue. My accuracies with them is terrible.
Sounds good. Blind Oracle.
Move me in front of the fighter, north of the fighter.
You jump up here.
No, I'm going to hide under the table.
Hide under the table. I like it. Very halfling of you. Cute.
Right until a shadow demon tries to hide there with you.
Right? I'm waiting for it.
Roll it up.
15. That's it. That's my turn.
You have an action. What do you want to do with your action?
Ready action. If I see a shadow demon, attack it with the holy water.
Ow.
Okay, I'm just reading something real quick about him because he has advantage on finding things with sight or hearing.
Ooh. What's his perception?
He has a +3 to it.
And then with advantage, he's got an 18.
He can communicate with me telepathically. Let's have him search the room.
Go ahead and make the roll.
First die's a 19.
19. There is no Shadow Demon in this room. AzureWolf.
So I'm going to relay that message to the group.
Okay, good stuff.
And I'm going to call dodge as my action. Move in with the group a little bit.
My turn.
You sound so excited that you get a turn. So excited.
Shadow Demon is going to reappear down here, and then he's going to move. As soon as he moves into the open, the rogue has a ready action.
I do. To throw this improvised weapon with advantage, I do not get my proficiency bonus of 2. It is a ranged weapon, so I do get my dex mod, so this will be dice +4 with advantage. 24 to hit.
A 24 will connect.
Okay, and it's how much damage? 2d4 damage?
2d6 radiant, and then additional 2d6 because you're sneak attacking.
Yes. So here's the radiant. So 7 radiant, and then this is the, I assume this is this untyped damage? What is this at this point?
It's radiant damage, right? Sneak attack just does the same thing.
Still radiant damage? Sneak dice, 11 sneak, and then 4 from my dex mod. 22 total.
Which turns into 44 points of radiant damage. Well, it was fun.
Did it die?
No, it's not dead. It's just wishing it wasn't alive.
I don't think it counts as alive.
It's going to move to there and attack the wizard. I got a 10 to hit.
No.
Single target monsters with single numbers of attacks. Okay.
I'm assuming it has some sort of wicked rider on all of that, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. If it had hit, it would have been amazing. He's going to do the same thing as...
He's also gonna hide under the table.
Yeah, that's actually smart. He'll hide under the table as well. He's going to make his roll. Does anybody have a passive perception of 20 or better?
Nope.
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 Cool. Nobody knows where he is. Fear.
He seems to have been in this room. I did see him go through a wall. So I'm going to ready an action to hit him when I see him.
Sounds good. Longfish.
Guess we'll go look for this thing.
Roll up your perception check.
It's a mighty 14.
That is not going to locate anything. Blind Oracle, your turn.
On my turn, I'm holding the second vial of holy water. I'd probably throw it at him. So here's the hide check first. That's okay. That's a 28 to hide.
Ow.
The owl's going to search again. That is a dirty 20.
There's a shadow demon under the table.
Shadow Demon.
Anything else, Theo?
No.
AzureWolf.
I relayed the message that he's under the table.
Ah, there it is.
Firebolt at disadvantage. 14. Half of 1.
Half of 1 is 1.
Me shooting him didn't break his hide, right?
No, because you were shooting blind. Also, that's not how hide works.
That's it for me.
He is going to move through the floor and pop up over here. So he's going to make his attack first. He gets a 21 to hit the wizard.
Yeah, shield isn't going to help me, so I'm taking it.
He's going to do 14 points of psychic damage, plus another 11 points of psychic damage because he had advantage on the attack roll, for a total of 25 points of psychic damage.
Sure.
Probably throw it at him.
There is a table in the way. That'll just give him cover. Go ahead and throw if you wish.
I do. With advantage says 22 to hit,
Yeah, that'll hit.
so I'll just throw all 4 of these dice as the whole shebang. 18 total.
18 total. Yeah, that will kill him. He is gone from this realm. And that is the long rest. What was the hardest encounter? What do you guys think?
The first one.
Yeah, that first one was rough.
The first 2. The first one was rough.
What made this one hard? Because the hyenas, they have 5 hit points. At this point, I don't think anybody can hit them and not kill them. Maybe the wizard with cantrips. You can't really not kill them with a single hit. So all you have to do is connect with them. Did you think the large hyenas were actually difficult?
Yeah, I think it was the pincer move at the beginning there where he showed up behind us.
Yeah, that spooked me for sure.
This was a very open battlefield, which, with as many enemies as were present, even though the hyenas were not like big threats, there were like 4 solid threats on a very open battlefield that could just hammer on us.
I feel like you made your best shot at controlling this gap and using it to cover your sides. But yeah, with the area behind you, it was difficult.
The second one was no picnic either.
This was tricky. I think the rogue got out of position really early.
And the wizard followed up by going away from us. I think in a sense the first one was the hardest encounter. We just played this one less well.
What is the easiest encounter?
After the Yeti, that single monster.
Yeah, single monster encounter, 5th encounter.
It'd be like that though. A single monster encounter's not hard.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, this one actually had a little bit of a challenge with the moving around thing.
We could do these backwards. For the shadow demon, you guys pulled it off. Your tactics that you said you were going to do was holy water and stick together. And I think BlindOracle did something like
64 points of damage.
64 points of damage, yeah, to a 65 hit point monster, 66 hit point monster. Some insane amount of damage. Combining vulnerabilities, which know your enemy and know yourself, and you need not fear the results of 1,000 battles. That's Sun Tzu.
I prefer Clausewitz over Sun Tzu.
Knowing the vulnerabilities and being able to use them definitely helped you guys out. And then maximizing the amount of damage that you can do with that weapon. I think the other thing to do, ready actions. If you're not sure where the enemy is and you're expecting them to show up, ready actions and throw down when they do. Going backwards, your tactic was box them in, and that worked perfectly. Any thoughts or commentary that you want to share about this one, or does it kind of speak for itself?
Yeah, I mean, we rolled good, he rolled bad.
God, did he roll bad. I needed 12 to hit, and I didn't get it with like 6 attacks. Tried to use traps, choke point, and wind fan. So the wind fan didn't work. Felt like this one was just grind them down, right? You just had 2 immovable objects running up against each other, and you just had to grind at it until one of them broke.
Yeah, we don't have enough movement to get into combat range on turn 1.
Well, this one, our old friend, the initiative order, showed up to this one.
Yes.
I don't think the problem here wasn't initiative order. The problem here was that half of our team could not get into the combat zone in their first turn of engagement. I would say we maybe should have started out stacked up in the stairs instead of on the platform outside of it, because if we had done that, we could have pushed into the first room, blocked the choke point, and had a fight of it, but instead we couldn't get into the room and had to start falling back.
Well, I was more saying for the wind fan tactic because we didn't get a big enough leap ahead of the monsters. But yeah, I agree with we should have probably took the stairs as our fallback point or our starting point.
Yeah, if we had started out on the stairs, then they wouldn't have had quite the degree of advantage in getting everything into the first room immediately.
For here, your tactics were make fighter large, phalanx, and choke point. Fighter enlargement didn't happen. Would that have been better?
No, because once you kind of boxed everybody up, it was like, oh, this is the solution.
And I don't think that would have been the most valuable use of a second level spell. I think the Flaming Spheres were much more effective than an enlarged fighter would have been here.
Yeah, the Shatter did 40 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, the to me, the flaming spears are doing more than the shatter just because it sticks around.
I think the Shatter's going to do more. Maybe not. No, you might be right. You're going to get a couple of them.
If they have space to move to avoid the flaming sphere, the Shatter's probably better if you can hit a bunch of them, but it's less likely that you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, you hit 5 of them with the Shatter, and so the question is, you're going to hit 5 people with a flaming sphere. I think you actually probably did about 5 hits, maybe it was 4 hits worth of damage with the flaming sphere, just because I misunderstood the rules.
Yeah, in that space, flaming sphere is great because you can't get away from it if it's in the middle, but Shatter is also very good in that space.
The next one was kill small stuff first, prevent the failings, choke point the east first, and then drop hunting traps. So that didn't happen.
This went badly. This encounter just went badly.
The stair positioning got us. That ruined our plan.
And this is the one where the initiative order put us upside down.
In a perfect world, I would have just passed my first turn, is what I should have done.
Yeah, dodge or ready action to shoot if somebody appears. Because the other thing I was looking at here is I didn't get a chance to do it, but the mobility of the staircase, being able to go in either direction around, the fighter's like, cool, I'm going to block off here to prevent the gnolls from running around. And I was thinking, well, I can just run over here to get to people. So would taking a turn to block this end with a hunting trap have been worth it in this situation? Because you have a lot of tight confines in this area.
If we had managed to get inside, and that's what we would have wanted to do, it would have wound up with us just giving ground with the ranged folks attacking from the rear, and just sort of like slowly surrendering ground when one of us gets to ground down from being in front. With what we had, we fought that out in the courtyard up against the edge of the map, and that was just never where we wanted to have that fight take place. The other thing is, if the wizard had retreated back down the other side, then we could have potentially held the staircase, we could have blocked both sides of it, but because we were split across it, we couldn't really defend both points.
Yeah, I agree. It was a foul on my part to move to the west.
Well, I would have put me on top of the box, like that, and then we're holding the line, the choke point, just as usual.
That's probably would have been our best answer there. I worry that they might have chosen to overload one side.
No, definitely, yeah. They would have focused on the fighter with the lower armor between the bows and the glaives. I don't know that they would have been able to win, but that's what the move, I think, would have been, is to focus on the fighter and breach through that side.
And as soon as I go low, I'm just going to start dodging. Unload the aggro onto the cleric.
Yeah, I guess there's a calculus to that of like, how many attacks do I have to throw at the fighter to get those last couple of hit points out versus how many would I have to throw at the cleric to get through all of his points. So I probably would still attack you.
Probably, but I'm going to last a lot longer that way.
Certainly, yeah.
Whereas if we start out, equal hit points and I immediately start dodging, you're just going to focus the cleric.
Yep, I'm just going to switch targets immediately.
And I'm not the DPS source, so the rogue is our primary damage per round in that instance.
Yeah, it depends on the encounter, but yeah. Certainly in the demon encounter, your tactics in this one were heal before dying, because that was probably more true of the others. Go left, hole up, and web to the right. So the web didn't happen, but I feel like you guys did the hole up here.
Yeah, the flaming sphere did most of the work.
I mean, I feel like, especially in an environment like this where we've got narrow corridors, our tactics almost always sort of revolve down to stack up in front of the squishies and try not to die. That's what the system's built to provide, but because we always start out with the same degree of awareness, we always would just wind up stacked up near the entrance of whatever the space is.
This, I think, was a good example of that. It was a mix of ranged attackers and melee attackers, and you guys effectively bottlenecked the melee attackers and then hid from the ranged attackers. And that's what's going to happen, right? It could have been here, it could have been here, it could have been here. It wouldn't really matter whether it was the entrance or deeper into the map. But I think that's the most effective tactic, right? You bottleneck the melee attackers so that they don't get too many hits on you, and then you hide from the ranged attackers. That's what that's going to look like.
I would like if we were able to do it farther in, which gives us the opportunity to decide if and when we give ground, because we always get stuck right in the entryway because they usually make their way to us as fast as we can get into the combat zone. Well, the fifth, effectively, the whole combat zone is the entryway. But we wind up just stacking up in the entryway with no ability to choose, like, when do I drop back? When do I give ground? Even if that would be the appropriate move.
As far as their tactics, did you guys see any obvious things that I missed, any mistakes that I made or things that I should have done differently or you thought would be more effective for them?
The first fight, you should have had the gnoll rocking his bow a lot sooner.
And targeting the owl, of course.
Yes, I should have gone after the owl first. I definitely made that mistake.
I also would not have put the big hyena in the back. I would have put 2 smaller hyenas in the back.
They can't make the jump, so it's 10 feet down. They have 5 hit points, so it's possible they just jump to their death. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that. Yeah, the other hyenas have like 45 hit points. I was like, yeah, he could take a single d6. He'll be fine.
I think the Knoll pack leader was using his longbow the whole time. He was mostly just aiming at me and missing.
He was standing on the box, aiming here, and so he only had line of sight to the fighter, and he had cover, right? Everyone else is in the shadow of this wall. Maybe moving to a different position.
Yeah, I feel like he could either like move to where he can get a clear shot at someone, or just run it with all the hyenas and just use his reach.
Yeah, I mean, he could have come up to the side there and just basically peeked over and shot at us from above because we were packed in kind of tight.
Yes, that's true. He could have moved to here and then attacked you guys. However, from this position, if he's doing ranged fighting, he's much more vulnerable.
Well, he's got a glaive. He can just do a 10-foot hit.
Yeah, well, but even backing up, he's going to provoke.
Through the wall, we wouldn't be able to see him, would we?
Yeah. The other approach that you could have taken with him is put him at the south end of the courtyard once the big hyena was behind us and our squishies were tied up with that. Because once he's there, he's not their priority. Even if he's aiming at them with the bow, the hyena right on top of them is their targeting priority. That's an opportunity for him to start getting some damage down on the squishies from safety.
Yeah, I felt like standing here, he had more cover, right? +5.
Sure, but he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't accomplishing as much as if he had been aiming at the wizard.
Trying to break that concentration on that spear.
Yeah, by and large, we didn't do anything to him until all the hyenas were dead.
And it would have been suicide if he'd gone down there without a hyena behind them, because they'd just take him out instantly. But with them distracted, he's much more effective.
I wanted to have fun with this, but you killed him too fast.
Were you going to make us play hide and seek? Was that the plan?
You know, in a weird sense, that's actually kind of a larger tactical issue. Ultimately, we can always kind of just stack up in a doorway and say, you know, we don't care if you screw around out there, just come to us and fight us. And if he's melee, he's got to come to us eventually.
Even if he's ranged, he has to come to your line of sight. If he had a ranged attack, he pops out here, shoots, and then gets 4 in the face, right?
So in a sense, like, you know, uncouth that it is, but like Hide and Go
Seek
is a game that he can play because he can't do anything to us. We can just say, we'll wait until you're ready to come out.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
And that's always kind of an issue with meta systems of D&D is like, ultimately you have to rely on one party wanting to engage.
Yes, and I've thought about that and what that means for this channel. Fundamentally, it's still helpful to people. It's just like, even if people have different objectives, it's like, well, we don't actually have to kill all of the undead in here. We just have to get through it. There's going to be points where you do have to kill undead to get through, where it's the easiest route to get through, and I'm still okay with the way that's going.
Given what kind of creature he is, he's going to get aggro.
Oh, yeah, he hates the living, so he's going to kill you anyway.
This ain't Bleak House.
Encounter builds, do you guys have any strong feelings about the way the encounters were built, enemies that I picked, ways that I combined them together?
No, I felt it was pretty solid at the start there.
The first and second were super nasty. Not like bad, just like those were really, really tough fights. The second one in particular, with the mix of reach attacks and sort of chump blockers, I really like that. Like, I feel like that's actually kind of a tactical approach that we should be looking at taking. And we did eventually. You know, later on we stuck the cleric in front and me behind with the pike. You know, there's moments when that should be our thing that we do.
No, I was seeing that the first 2 fights were definitely front loaded, and they felt like it was like it was actually assaulting a fort, basically, or a stronghold.
What do you guys think of the map? I don't have any, I mean, I have some control over these, I get to pick them, but do you think this is a representative of what players should expect when going through a fortress? Like the mission that you're on, was the map a good layout of that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, if you're assaulting some sort of a stronghold, you're going to have these tight corners and these switchbacks and things like that.
You know, it absolutely feels like a D&D map. 100%.
It had a good combination of, like, sort of close quarters dungeon style fighting and this more open initial fight. You know, this is definitely a map that allows AoE spacious fights and also close quarters, like block and stab fights that different kinds of adventurers excel at.
Definitely, I like these maps. The whole time I was like, these maps are kind of fun.
Yeah, they are. I also think they look really nice. They have a lot of variety of terrain types. It doesn't really matter, like, if there's a box or something, but every so often you get into a situation where it's just like, hit that box, it's going to reduce your movement. It turns out not in a way that matters, but it's certainly going to do that. So you guys have mentioned that the maps feel cramped. I don't really have a way of dividing them up in another way, but I also feel like they should feel cramped, right? You're moving your way through a keep. Does anyone have any strong feelings about the fact that there's a black line that you can't get out of on the map?
No, I don't mind that personally. again, set pieces, it's fine by me.
I would definitely like for us to be starting like a little farther into the maps, closer to where the point of engagement begins.
Do you want more backspace? Because I don't really want to give you more backspace.
No. In the case of this one, it's less relevant because like it is the first combat and you are entering the space. But like in the second combat, if we'd started on the stairs, in the fourth combat, if we'd started on the stairs closer to the point at which the enemy is going to become aware of us, then we spend less time with our backs against the black line.
Arguably, and this isn't relevant for the channel, but arguably you have two people in chainmail. It's possible that they heard you coming from down here.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, I think that if that's the case, then that fight would take place on a different map in a different space, where we were, where the space beyond the black line is accessible, because it is part of a continuous combat experience.
Yeah, okay. That's reasonable, that's fair. I did use pretty much every part of this map. That's the courtyard. You fought through this area. We used the same encounter area twice. I am kind of at a limit of how much map I can possibly squeeze out of this before you start, like, wait, wasn't this empty 2 seconds ago and now there's enemies here?
A small note on that. You could probably go ahead and throw things in coming in behind us. Like, we could have had that last fight in the center courtyard. Just like, oh, we're on our way out, and like, that's where the Shadow Demon appears, having been summoned by all the deaths or whatever.
Yes, you could have, but he has sunlight sensitivity, and he's not going to go there.
Not this specific instance, but like, you could reuse the space if it makes sense within the passage through this larger map.
On the original map, there's a window right here that I blocked up because I didn't want any natural light getting into this room. So yeah, his sunlight sensitivity makes him very sensitive.
Oh, so what you're saying is we should have just shattered the wall.
Yeah. If you thought, well, Shadow Demon, and you had shatters. I don't think you guys were out of shatters at that point. But
I think that gets us to a really weird place, though, where we're talking about doing structural damage to things, and I just want to point out that when games get there, usually things have gone wrong.
We were playing hide and seek. The owl was finding the enemy for us. We were well past wrong.
Wrong or really right?
He was coming in handy in clutch.
Any parting thoughts? Any last things that you guys want to mention?
I think the one thing that I would mention is, in this channel, we've talked about a couple things, and one of them is that this is not strictly representative of a D&D game, right? This is representative of a potential D&D combat abstracted from the setup to get there. One of the things I'd like our listeners to take from this is the worst possible way you could have assaulted this fort. Right?
That is certainly true.
And that's the thing that I think everyone should be cognizant of. Yes, we went through this, we explained how these combats work and what we would do, but I would caution listeners and caution the audience and say, yes, this is how these combats look as set pieces, taken holistically inside of a story. This particular scenario probably doesn't unfold where the players smash in the door to the fort that is heavily guarded. At least not at this level with this kind of support.
Right. There's other ways for adventurers to tackle this particular beast.
And I think this is fair. I think it's valid. I think it's a super accurate representation of what adventurers would do, because adventurers are prone to picking a fist fight, but that your adventurers, either as players or as DMs, will probably try to do things like scout a fort, take an alternative way in, so the encounters might end up backwards if they find a way to sneak in. For the purpose of this channel, this was an excellent tactical discussion on how to get caught in a hallway and blow the initiative order. From an actual DMing perspective, it might not happen like this, and that's just kind of the thing I would caution listeners to think of, is that this is just a set piece and a set of set pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. We've gone around in circles, not really around in circles. I think we're all in agreement that there's other topics that we want to talk about, more operational, strategic discussions, but those will have to wait for a different series. For now, we're just going to stick to adventuring as starter set characters through a variety of different combat encounters.
I would note, in a slightly operational sense, given that we are doing 6 encounter adventuring days, these feel like slogs. Like, I come out of these sessions feeling like I have been through a combat ringer, much more so than like a usual D&D session where there would be maybe a third of as much combat. But also I feel like level 4 in particular, as it comes right before level 5, which is a huge power bump, we're like at our lowest relative power to the enemies right now. So like this is definitely the closest I feel like we've cut it so far. And when we hit 5 and, marshals get extra attacks and wizards get 3rd level spells, and that's a very big power bump, 5 is going to feel like a very different experience.
This coming from the only person who has started off a encounter with 0 hit points.
Harsh.
Feel like I need to throw that out there.
Look, I'm blaming the cleric for that.
That's all for the Knoll-occupied outpost. Next week, we'll continue with level 5 and clearing corrupted lizard folk from a swamp. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Saracen Zero, and I hope to see you then.